What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video I'm going to give you 5 tips if this is your first time in Siem Reap, or especially if you're just going to be here for maybe a week, maybe 2, maybe a month. Maybe you've never been here before. And hopefully these 5 tips will help make your stay a little better and help you get over some of that jet lag. So let's get into it. But first, I want to remind you that I have books for sale. As you can see on the screen there, The Things That Happen at Night and Monsters are my 2 horror anthologies. I also have a standalone novelette comedy slasher called Brookhaven. And, of course, Living Cambodia, a guide for living in the Kingdom of Wonder, along with a big book of weird top 10 lists. You can find all those at the link in the description. All of those would be $15, but any donation of $10 or more to my PayPal, which is also linked down below, you will get all 5 of the books for free and any future books I put out for absolutely free. So that's a good bargain. We always appreciate your support, and you can save yourself some money and be entertained at the same time. All right, so maybe you're coming over here for just a couple weeks and you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do. And hopefully these 5 tips can help you navigate your situation a little bit better. That's my goal anyway. And we're going to start out at the airport with tip number 1, finding a ride into town from the airport. Now, if you've already pre-booked a hotel or guest house, there's a chance, and you'll have to check with them, but there's a chance that part of your package will be pickup at the airport, included in your rent, in your stay. And if that's the scenario, you should have no problem. You'll see somebody waiting outside for you when you get off the plane, and you'll be on your way. But if that's not the case, you're going to have to get a ride into town. And from where the airport is right now, that ride should not cost you any more than $5 or $6 tops. You're going to hear all kinds of figures and numbers, $10, $15. You're going to have to negotiate that down. And if there's one tuk-tuk driver that don't want to negotiate, just go on to the next one. There are going to be plenty out there waiting for you, trust me, when you get off that plane. But right now, the airport, it shouldn't be any more than $5 or $6 at the most to get into the town where you're going to stay. Now, there is a new airport, and it should be finished by the end of the year. The old one will be starting to be phased out. And this one is way away from the city center. I think it's like 57 kilometers or something away. It's still in Siem Reap province, but far, far away. And once that one takes effect, it's going to be a lot more to get a tuk-tuk from the airport to downtown Siem Reap. So please keep that in mind, that this information is just for the airport as it sits now, right there off Highway 6. But yeah, you don't want to find out, you don't want your first experience to be spending $15 for a ride and then somebody telling you that you paid 3 times as much as it should have been. That'll just put a sour feeling in your belly, and nobody wants that. You're on vacation. You're here to enjoy yourself. So just keep in mind, those prices are negotiable. Get the best price you can before you just take off. But like I said, if you've already pre-booked and they have an option available to get picked up at the airport, definitely check with them and see if they can arrange something like that. It'll be a lot less hassle, and you'll be all set once you arrive. Number 2. If you're going to be here short term, just for a couple weeks, and maybe if it's your first time, you're going to want to bring back knickknacks and maybe t-shirts and maybe little statues and maybe a painting. Whatever it is you want to remember your experience here in Cambodia, you probably want to bring back something to remember the occasion. Downtown, there's a market called Sacha, or the Old Market. That is right in the middle of downtown. It's also in one of the most densely populated tourist areas of town. Anything in that area you can find, but you're going to pay more money. The more tourists in an area, the more foreigners, the more vendors are going to charge for certain things. The further you get away from the city center, from the downtown area, the cheaper the prices are going to be. So if you want something special and specific that you can take home to show your friends, that is great. But try to look for things outside of that main downtown area. And you'll find that they negotiate a lot lower, and you still get the same quality of items, and you don't have to worry about overpaying. The same holds true downtown for things like restaurants and other places. If you get away from there just by a couple kilometers even, you're going to find the prices reduced significantly, and there's more room for negotiation. So I would definitely say when you go to purchase these items that you want to take back with you, go ahead and go to downtown, go to Sacha, go to the old market. It's a great market. You want to see it as part of your itinerary, but don't do the majority of your souvenir shopping there because it's just a little bit more expensive. However, it is a great place to go, and they have a lot of neat things to see down there, and I do recommend you hit it up. But just save your money for areas outside of downtown and save yourself a little bit of money. Number 3, you're going to have an itinerary, but make it a loose itinerary. You don't have to have every minute accounted for. I realize if you're only going to be here for a couple of weeks, you want to see as much as possible, take as much in as you can, and I agree with that, but trust me when I say I've been here 5 years in Siem Reap, and I still find things I never knew was here previously. And there are new things popping up all the time. In a 2-week trip or even a 3-week trip, you're not going to be able to see every single thing. So don't beat yourself up about it. Make an itinerary. The main things you want to see, but leave some wiggle room. Leave some room every day to just walk around, maybe take a tuk-tuk to another area, get lost a little bit, discover some things you might not have originally thought about, and I think you'll get a more authentic, wider angle view of what this town has to offer other than just the main tourist attractions that are always promoted. And this is a good thing to do also, like I said earlier, for prices, because the further out you get these different areas, you're going to see a significant drop in prices of knickknacks and t-shirts and restaurants, food and things like that. And sometimes each area has their own little quirky things that you might not have noticed, might not have thought of to put on your itinerary. And so you'll get to experience some of that if you just have an explorer's mind. And don't worry about getting lost. You can just grab a tuk-tuk at any time, even if you don't know where you are. Tell them where you want to go. Show them on the map. And they'll take you right back to where you're familiar. You're not going to get lost in the jungle and not be able to find your way back. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about any of that. You'll be fine. Number 4. You definitely want to try and experience new things here. If you're given the opportunity to try something that is maybe unique to Cambodia or something you would not be able to try or do back where you come from, definitely take that opportunity. Because these are going to be memories, especially if you're only here one time for a few weeks. There are going to be memories that you can share with family and friends, and you'll just have them there as part of your experience. Whether it's a food item, something you never heard of, never seen before, and somebody offers you a sample, try it. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but you don't know until you try. And I think you'll be surprised at how many great things they have here that might not be readily available back where you come from. There are also people who, sometimes they have, the Khmer culture has a lot of holidays and celebrations, and they might invite you to join in on some of those celebrations. Definitely do it. You might not know what's going on. It might be a little confusing to you at first, but it'll definitely be an experience of a lifetime. and something you might not find anywhere else you travel. And like I said, you'll have those memories forever. I found several things here during my time that, man, I just loved, and I couldn't believe I loved it. I didn't think I would like it, and wound up being some of my favorite things. And I don't dance. I don't dance. I don't sing. I don't play any musical instruments or anything like that. But one time we were at a little Khmer local festival there, and they were doing traditional Khmer dances, and they were just grabbing foreigners saying, hey, do you want to come in and join us and join us? And I said, yeah, why not? Did I make a fool out of myself? Probably. But did they tell me I was being foolish? No. They helped me along. They showed me how to move my arms and legs, and even though I'm sure I flubbed it up big time, they were all smiles, and everybody was laughing. We were all having a good time. And I don't dance, like as I said, so that was an experience I'll probably never have again, but I'm glad I got to do it at least once. And it was just a very nice, good time with some locals. So yeah, if you get a chance to participate in anything, eat any kind of different food, go ahead and take that chance. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how much of it you actually like and enjoy. Now, number 5, should go without saying, but it happens all the time. It still happens to me, and I've been here over 5 years now. Stay hydrated. Cambodia is hot all year round. There's 2 seasons. There's dry season and a rainy season. And no matter which season it is, it's either wet and hot or dry and hot. And those are your 2 choices. So stay hydrated. Do not rely on coffee, juice, beer, cola, energy drinks, or anything else to keep you hydrated. Plenty and plenty of water. You can find 12 packs of small bottles of water for like 60 cents all over at any mom and pop store. You can get an individual small bottle of water anywhere for 25 cents and a big bottle, like a 2-liter bottle for like 50 cents. So there's really no excuse. Keep hydrated. Drink plenty of water. And if you're going to go out drinking and partying on Pub Street or whatever, have a few bottles of water beforehand, and be sure to drink some before you go to bed so you don't wake up with that dehydrated feeling as part of your hangover. Trust me, I always know when I haven't been drinking enough water. My body tells me, and I'm like, why did I do this to myself again? Learn from my mistakes, friends. And like I said, I know it's obvious, and a lot of people are going to say the same thing, but you'll definitely forget sometimes. And maybe, if you're not going to be here long enough to acclimate fully to the heat, it can be rough, and it can leave you a little lightheaded and a little dizzy. And you don't want that to ruin your vacation. So be sure to get plenty of water during your stay here. And if anybody else has any other tips for newbies, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Let people know what's going on. I only covered 5. There are plenty more, but I'll leave that up to the community. Give these people some tips down in the comments below. And also be sure to check out all my links in the description. Like I said, you can buy my books down there. You can donate and help support the channel if you want. I have other channels vlogging from this part of the world. All those links are down below. Feel free to check those out and subscribe to those as well. And I also have my other channel, Horror Reads, where every 2 or 3 days I post a different video reviewing the latest horror book I've read. So if you're interested in that, that link is also down below. And, of course, all my social media and all that good stuff. Plus links to other things, you can check them out. All right. From Siem Reap, Cambodia. I hope this helped. Everybody stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.